Hello everybody and welcome to the start of December and the beginning of my daily release of videos using the Art by Marlene Craft Advent Calendar for 2024. So you will have seen, if you follow me, previous videos where I've shown you how I've made the accordion tag book super easy. Isn't this gorgeous? You get this lovely tin, which, oh my gosh, it sings to me because it's got so many beautiful bright colours on it. So last year when I did this challenge, I used the envelopes to make a book. This year I haven't done that, but I have done something else with the envelopes, which I will reveal at the end of December. So day one is the tin itself. Day two, I've got this lovely little envelope and we've got some, hang on. I was looking at the design on the envelope. Some pieces of cardstock with stickers on, with quotes in different colours. Lovely. So I think this is really useful because there are times when you'll create something and a white sticker will get lost, whereas a black sticker would work. So you can see here I'm just like, shall I use the envelopes? Shall I? Could I cut the top off like I did last year? I knew I wanted to do something a little bit different, so I decided that I would just work in the tag accordion book and save the envelopes for later on. So once I'd finished faffing about and umming and ahhing, I got started. So for this background for today, I'm going to take my inspiration from the colouring that is on the envelope. So it's the colouring and the pattern, the way the marks have been made. One of my favourite stencils from last year's advent calendar was a little circle one, which was almost like circles had been punched out of the stencil. This one, I love it. Potentially because it's got circles on and I just love circles. I don't know, doesn't matter really, does it? But anyway, I love this stencil. So the envelope itself has got this dotty background. I know that Marlene has got collage papers with that design on. I think it's one of my favourites. Yeah, it's just because it's bold and bright and colourful. So I'm just using Marlene's paints and just popping some dots onto my tag. So I'm going to create a background that is white with these splashes of colour. And these are all Marlene's paints, so all the bright rainbow colours from her range of acrylic paint. You can notice I'm using one of Marlene's blending sponges to get this on, and yeah, just kind of building up, overlapping, filling the majority of the space on the tag. So those of you out there that are Art by Marlene fans will know that in her most recent release she had these wonderful paper elements, these luxury ones. I love these because they are images with a little pop of colour. There are so many to choose from, including the collector's tin that she released as well. So I'm just having a little sift through. I often work in this way where I'll create my background and then I'll find something that just goes, it's me, you need to use me. I love this girl with her funky goggles and glasses, I don't know, they just remind me of goggles, and her wings. She's just so cute. So I'm adding a little area of white just to knock that background back a little bit in the area where the image is going to go. Now you might be thinking, what on earth is the point of that? Well, you know, in mixed media art, it is for me mostly about creating those layers that work, layers that you can't always see, and it doesn't really matter to me. So I'm not too precious about this, and I could have done this in reverse. I could have chosen my image first and mapped out where she was going to go and avoided putting any mark making there at all. But I quite like the fact of having that quiet white area for her to sit in, and you still get a little glimpse of the background behind, so it kind of works a bit more seamlessly for me. This is Art by Marlene sticky glue that I'm using, a bit like PVA. It is super sticky and it works pretty fast. I've then grabbed from my box of junk for circle mark making, this tube. I'm just going to stamp some circles onto there using the leftover bits of paint that are on my rather rather colourful paint palette, which is literally just a piece of card off the back of a pad of palette papers. I was using so many wipes and things to clean up, and I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to make a palette which I keep and I reuse. Now I can't get rid of it because it's so colourful. So I've added those on. I'm now going in with a little bit of stamping. These stamps are all from Art by Marlene. In fact, I think everything that I use this month, I will use this month on these tags, is from Art by Marlene, apart from maybe I might occasionally use my favourite Dotty stamp. So I'm just building up those layers, and I'm kind of really liking how this is working. So this is my first tag in my tag accordion book, and I'm already thinking that I can't wait to see what this looks like when it's all complete. It's going to be so joyful and colourful, because as you know, I love to work in that way, but Marlene's things just really encourage that. So then I'm grabbing a quote, and you can see if I put a white one on here, it would disappear. A black one's going to work perfectly. I'm not overthinking it. I'm literally just sticking it on. Job done. So what is next? I'm not sure. Oh, I know. I'm grabbing the gold stencil paste, and I am just putting a little bit on the silicone spatula and just popping a bit through one of these old stencils from last year. I just want a few marks that are going to pop with a little bit of gold on my tag. So because I'd got this to a point where I wasn't going to be adding any more wet media, I've literally just grabbed the first pen, black pen that I can find, and it was this biro. And I'm just doing a little bit of outlining of some of these circles, adding some little squiggles on there. I'm just building up that interest in the background, really. Quite often I would do this in gel pen or Posca pen. The biro was just there, and I thought, well, why not? Let's use it. So that is the thinking behind, or lack of thinking behind, using this pen in particular. Then another quick little tip that you can use to make an image stand out is to add a little shadow around it, outline part of it on one side. I'm using a Stabilo oil pencil here, and I'm just going to water brush that just to activate it a little bit. And what that's going to do is just create a little bit of shadowing around that one side and help that image to pop even more from the background. So this is day 2. It's very exciting. Come back tomorrow. There should be a video going up every single day through December, sharing my creations using this fabulous advent calendar. Yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed the video. Maybe you will have a go at making a tag accordion book if you're playing along. Yeah, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. Thanks for watching.